And a good Thursday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. We're live at Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Hope you're having a great day so far. He is Big Joe Dubin, playing right field. Sometimes he DHs.
Sometimes. Yep, try, man.
And Dr. Crane Nick Frazier at short, back at the studio.
Middle infield, best spot.
Which one?
Middle infield, best spot.
There you go.
Is it?
There you
Yeah,
go.
put the worst player in right field. That's me, so we're good to go. Why is that? Why is the worst player always in right field?
I don't know.
In every softball, if you're in play softball and they put you in right field, that means that they really don't care about you.
Yeah.
Percentages playing in right field are not great because a lot of people are right-handed hitters, so there's not a lot of left-handed hitters there, Joe.
Yeah.
So you put the worst player in right
The
field?
best or the worst defensive player.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the lineup because they can hit.
That's
typically.
it. You, this morning, Dr. K didn't see this, but Chase sent me what might be the most beautiful sports picture of all time.
Yeah.
It is a spring training. Good Lord, he knows where I am.
They're down at Daytona Beach.
Oh, my gosh. It is a spring training picture of the Atlanta Braves, and at the batting cage in full uniform on the left is Chipper Jones. On the right is Dale Murphy.
And in the middle is Walt Weiss.
And Walt, the manager, right? Yep. I mean, it is just look, you know how much I love Dale Murphy, and you love Chipper Jones.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, that is a picture. Now, all it's missing is Dale Murphy in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, I don't think I sent this to you. So, Baseball's Greatest Moments tweeted out the Braves' all-time lineup.
Oh, okay.
And I saw this, and I was like, I don't have a ton of arguments on this. It has the
it's like 1 through 8?
1 through 9 with a DH.
Okay.
And a starting pitcher.
Oh, okay.
Starting pitcher, Greg Maddux. No arguments there.
All right, so
that's fine.
Can I go position?
Yes.
First base, Fred McGriff?
Freddie Freeman.
Okay. Well, still a Fred. I get it.
I can't.
Second base better not be Mark Lemke.
It is not. It is, and again, I can't really argue this either. It's Ozzie Albies.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he might be the best second baseman they've ever had.
All right, shortstop better not be Andres Thomas.
It is not. It is Johnny Logan.
I
don't remember him.
No, me neither. Third base better be Bob Horner.
It is Chipper.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. All right, you got me on that one.
In the outfield.
Right field, do they have Murphy at right field?
They have him in center.
All right, center, right field, Claudell Washington.
Andrew.
All right, that's Hall of Famer.
And then left field, Hank Aaron.
Oh, I'm like,
so
Henry.
Aaron Murphy and Andrew Jones in the outfield. Catcher.
Is it your catcher, Bruce Benedict?
No.
That's how I used to say his name. Who became an SEC ref, by the way, a basketball ref. A catcher. It's not Ozzie Virgil.
Nope.
Ted Simmons.
Nope.
Catcher.
Think
I'm
more
out.
current. Brian McCann.
Okay.
I would have, there's some arguments on that one.
Okay.
But Brian McCann. Relief pitcher.
Bruce Sutter?
Nope.
Jeff Reardon?
Nope. You won't get it.
All right.
Craig Kimbrell.
Okay.
And then the manager for the Braves.
Bobby
hang on. DH.
Bob Horner.
No.
How is Bob Horner not on this list?
I don't know.
Who is it?
Eddie Matthews.
Oh, I'm not going to argue with that. That's pretty
And the
good.
manager for the Braves is Bobby Cox.
Okay. I thought Chuck Tanner might get on that list.
Yeah. Freddie Gonzalez.
Only one guy really from the 80s is Murphy.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. All right. I'm not arguing with that lineup at all.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun seeing
And
that.
they give you one starting pitcher, that's it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're giving me 5.
All right, I'm giving you 5. Maddox,
Glove, and Smoltz. And then, is it Warren Spahn?
Warren Spahn.
I mean, probably him.
Okay.
Nuxall or
No, that's right.
Necro. Phil Necro.
Phil Necro.
Yeah. Was he
a Brave.
But was he a pitcher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Threw the
And this
knuckleball.
Yeah.
Nobody could hit it. Him and his brother.
To them.
Joe Necro. Phil and Joe Necro. Man, that takes me back right there. But, yeah, I'm not arguing with that lineup
Yeah,
at all.
I would go Spahn, Necro, and then Maddox,
three.
Glove, and Smoltz. And if you want to get into the I mean, Mark Wohlers was still one of my favorite closers of all time.
Pretty good.
I mean, Smoltz was a hell of a closer.
He was.
So you could go that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Bob Horner's got to be on the team.
I would, when Pete Rose had his streak in 78 at 44 games, the Braves had him stopped. Gene Garber came in. Pete was 0 for 4. If I remember this correctly, he hit like a slapper. And somehow he got the first, but it was like a fielder's choice, and they gave him a hit. And Pete kept the streak going, the hitting streak. So I'm going to put Gene Garber in there as my release pick. He had a sidearm, and he looked like he worked at Purity. I mean, he was just average-looking dude, man, who was badass. Just badass. Who just got the job done.
Well, I sent you the other day, Dr. Crane, you may have seen this. There's a video of Jim Leland sitting in the dugout in like 1990 with the Pirates, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Just
didn't play around. If you get a chance, there is a spring training with the Pirates. Barry Bonds it doesn't want to do something, and Jim Leland reads him the riot act up and down. It's like a 2-minute. I mean, you go back and watch that. If a manager tried to do that today, they'd fire the manager. Jim Leland did not care because in between puffs on that cigarette, he was giving Barry Bonds the one for all, man. It was something else.
So when a few years ago we did our baseball trip, Robbie was there. We went to Pittsburgh, first time there. And the Pirates Stadium is beautiful. It's right there with the bridge in the background and at the rivers and by the Steelers Stadium and everything. And it was Pirates Hall of Fame night. And they were putting Jim Leland and Barry Bonds in the Pirates Hall of Fame.
Were they both there?
Yes.
Oh.
And there was another guy, too, and I don't even remember who it was. I felt bad for him. Like, nobody's going to remember you.
You're right.
But it was and like, you could tell that there was respect between the two, but, like, it was still kind of like, all right.
Well, I mean, he tore him apart. Jim
Yeah.
Leland did. So you guys might, I hate to admit this, you might get me a little excited for baseball.
Well, we got you to a game last year, and you enjoyed
did.
it. 2 games.
By the way, this stream, Dr. Crane, I look 78 years old. Can we figure this out?
That's on you. That's on you, man.
Can you put a filter on there if you don't mind?
You look fine in your Smashville baseball jersey. I like it.
God. Anyway, all right.
Those
so
are good-looking jerseys, too.
They are. I tell you, man, the Preds beanie they gave out.
I tell you what, man.
I tell you what, man, that Fernando Mendoza.
It's a little Savannah Banana.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's all right. Did you see who was at whatever it's called now, Vanderbilt Health Sports Park today?
Is it from his IG,
Yes.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love?
Jeremiah Love. I guess this is his, top 30 visit or whatever you can do.
Yeah. Are they allowed to spend all day there?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. But I thought that was interesting that he put out there and was there in the lobby and hanging out at the Titans facility today.
I'm telling you, man, work that number 3. Titans send your 2027 draft choice to the Cardinals and do what the Texans did back in 3 years ago. Get Bain and Love. I looked at the Rams, what they've done. They haven't had a first-round pick. They had 1 in 24. Before that, their first-round pick, I think, was 2016. They've traded away for guys who've been in the league who have proven themselves. They're not taking chances on draft choices.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, yeah, they got Stafford. It helps. But they've done a heck of a job drafting middle-round guys. And so they did that with the trade yesterday with Kansas City. I'm telling you, man, start that seat. Pierce or Wan'Dale Robinson, whoever, Love, Reuben Bain. I mean, it feels good.
I would, look, call the Predators. Barry Trotz is willing to trade anybody right now. See if he can help you out.
Right. Yeah.
Give you something to
Give
trade.
something over there, man, right?
Nick Blankenberg was traded yesterday to, I don't even remember where
Colorado?
he was traded. Colorado, thank you, for a 5th. So Barry
For
Trotz.
what, Chase?
Barry Trotz continues to move assets. He's trading a lot of American players too, so I don't know what's up with that.
Oh, he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, he's both. I don't care, man. He's still. Where did he grow up? Canada.
Yeah, he did. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line. Driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Ricky on our text line. Text line Ricky says, McCann over Javi Lopez.
Ooh.
That was my argument.
Oh.
I probably would. I love McCann, but I probably would put Javi behind the plate.
Yeah. Wasn't he who was only Maddox catcher?
They each had their own. Yeah, it was. So Eddie Perez was, I think Eddie was with Glavin. Charlie O'Brien was with Smoltzy maybe for a while, and then Javi. Like, they carried 3 catchers.
Well, I mean, they won a World Series in '95. I mean, it helped.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was that. But they all could contribute.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's 3 catchers.
It's pretty nuts. Ricky also says Ronald. You're not going to like this. Ronald Acuna over Dale Murphy.
All right. Block his number. He's not allowed to text back anymore. Dale Murphy is one of the greatest baseball players of all time. All time.
Yeah.
He's not in the Hall of Fame. He has 398 home runs. Doesn't have 400. What a joke.
What is, JoJo, our question of the day?
All right, so this happened to me the other day, and it makes me laugh. Have you ever – we did this about 2 years ago. We're going to do it again today. Have you ever been accused of looking like somebody else?
Yes.
Famous or like a brother or a brother-in-law, and they've showed you the picture. There was a lady at the store that was convinced, and I've told you this before. It's happened to me numerous times. She thought I was a senator from Pennsylvania. She thought I was John Fetterman. She goes, you know who you look like? And I said, don't say it. She's like, the senator from Pennsylvania. I said, because I'm bald and I got a goatee and I'm wearing a hoodie? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you know who you are, 7-Eleven in Hermitage, about 7:45 the other morning. That's what it was. So have you ever been accused of looking like anybody famous? When Nick Barris said you look like the cop from Beverly Hills Cop, John Ashton, I mean, I looked it up and I was laughing. He passed away 2 years ago. Rest in peace.
Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com. All right, when I was a kid, when I was young, like 5 years old, people said that I looked like Macaulay Culkin. Like all the time. All the time. I don't know if I have.
Have Mama send a picture. I got to see this.
Okay.
All right. Because the 45-year-old Macaulay Culkin looks nothing like
nothing now.
Right?
My mom tried to convince me one time that if I put like a hat and sunglasses on with the beard, I looked like Dale Earnhardt Jr., and I didn't really see it.
No, she's been sweet. You must have had a bad day.
I guess.
Dr. Crane, what about you? You know Dr. Crane, don't get mad at me. You know you look like to me a little bit?
Go ahead.
Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that. I mean, he's adorable. I mean, so it's a very complimentary doppelganger, whatever you call it. Same thing?
No, not really. Those are two different things, I believe.
Dr. Crane, I hate to agree with this.
I mean, just because I wear glasses and I'm short, I mean, I don't look like a chicken. I'll tell you that much.
You don't look like a chicken.
I mean, I'm glad to know that I look like a cartoon character to some people, which is good. That means I'm an ageless wonder. But
that's true.
I've been told I
That's
look
a good
like Joey from Friends. That's that.
Who told you that?
A lot of people in high school.
Wait, you know what?
Some lady of the night you met?
No.
Well, hey, no. Nah, I wish.
You do? I 100% see it in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc?
Yeah. No, I totally see it. Their hairstyles are different. But like when Nick takes his glasses off, I 100% see it.
All right, I need to look this up.
That's interesting. So you got told that like in high school?
Oh, yeah. We had a thing called the Moina. It was like the school newspaper, and we all had like Lookalike Day or whatever. And so they put like the celebrity's face on one side and the student on the other. And then there was a lot of people that voted for that.
If you if you grew your hair out a little bit and kind of styled it like his, I could 100% see it.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing it now.
Both Italian?
I did have longer hair in high school too, so just putting that
Did
out
you?
there. Oh, yeah.
See, I've only known you with the short hair, so.
Yeah, I had a mop head a little bit and then transitioned to a little bit of a military cut and then went to somewhat of a buzzed mohawk, and then now we're here.
I'm looking at Matt LeBlanc on Married with Children because he was
that's right, yeah.
He was Kelly Bundy's boyfriend. And if you grew your hair out, all right, you win. All right, no more Chicken Little. You are Matt LeBlanc if you grew your hair out.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not a cartoon character.
Holy cow, yeah, there's
he would be fun to have on the show.
Nick, he's on right now.
Well, no, Nick is fun to have on the show, but Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, sure, absolutely would. Yeah, he would be the best. We'd love it.
Yeah. We got guests coming in.
We're popping the show, man. What's happening around here?
We are indeed.
Holy cow, now I can't unsee this. I feel bad for calling you Chicken Little now. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Apology accepted.
All right.
I'm sorry for agreeing with him.
By the way, we're bringing Dr. Crane out with us Monday. We're going to be at Salvo's in Mount Juliet. It's National Meatball Day on Monday. Salvo's across from Green Hill High School. Come meet Dr. Crane in the flesh Monday from noon to 3. We look forward to that. It's your day, Nick. It's National Meatball Day.
That is. And my nickname is Meatball from high school. I have a fanny pack that has a pizza embroidered on it. It says Meatball on top. So I'll bring it so you guys can see.
So please wear that.
Yeah. So Monday at Salvo's in Mount Juliet. We're looking forward to that and having a lot of fun. We're going to bring you out, Dr. Crane, and let you meet the people.
I love it.
Do you know what Matt LeBlanc's name in Married with Children was? And I'll give you a hint. He played the same character on a show called Top of the Heap that he appeared in 7 episodes.
Johnny Suede.
Nope.
I don't know.
Vinny Verducci.
Oh, I love that name. That's as good as Ron Mexico.
1991. I don't even know what Top of the Heap is. He a short-lived spinoff with characters that originated in the Married with Children. So it was a Joseph Bologna was on it. Matt LeBlanc.
That's Italian, right, Dr. Crane?
Yeah, it is.
Bologna?
Yeah. Joey Lauren Adams.
That's a girl,
Yeah.
I think.
Christina Applegate made 2 appearances. Ed O'Neill. So it was a spinoff that didn't work.
Top of the Heap.
Yep.
What happened to Matt LeBlanc? Did he get anything after that? That was good.
Well, he did. He did the spinoff Joey that lasted, I think, a season.
He got paid a lot of money for
He
that.
did. Yeah, he did. And then he did a show on HBO called Episodes where he played himself.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
That's right.
And then he did a show called Man with a Plan that lasted a few years.
Okay, now I can just go to celebrity comic cons and make a fortune.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there we go. So the question of the day is, have you ever been told like anybody famous? Chase alleges he's Macaulay Culkin. I got to see the picture. Evidently, I'm the senator from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, which, oh, boy, makes me want to go out and get a toupee.
I'd love to see you with a toupee.
Like, I want the Bud Adams when he came here at the Oilers, 1995 toupee. That thing was badass.
Yeah, that would be good.
You don't want a head rug, Joe.
Like, do I want a head rug or be accused looking like John Fetterman?
It's a head rub. But
I'll take that, too.
Get that for the lady of the night.
Hey, man, Nick, it's a family show. We've
dropped
told
it
you
first.
this repeatedly.
You dropped it first.
Boy. With that, it's the Chasey Big Joe show here on 102.5 The Game. We'll have more coming from the Omni on this Thursday. 102.5 The Game. Chasey Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Kitchen Notes. Sad news coming down yesterday. The legendary coach Lou Holtz passing away at the age of 89. Rudy Kalis is going to join us here in a few minutes, longtime anchor at Channel 4. He has a good Lou Holtz story he wants to tell. So
this is a great story he's going to tell about Lou Holtz. I mean, 89 years old. And, look, I've seen Saban speak, seen Lou Holtz speak. Lou Holtz blows him away.
Yeah.
Lou Holtz was just a great motivational speaker, legendary football coach. I mean, one of Lou Holtz's best things was in the Orange Bowl 1978. And if you're an Arkansas fan, you know what I'm talking about. Arkansas had to suspend 6 of their top players, including the top running back. Lou Holtz is at the Orange Bowl, goes into the line. Oklahoma's ranked like 2nd or 3rd. Arkansas, I don't think they're even ranked. Lou Holtz goes in the locker room and the team knows that these 6 guys are suspended and says, I'm going to start over here. I want you to tell us why we're going to win the game tonight. And they said by the 4th guy, that locker room, that football team could have beat any team in the world. He just had to motivate them, like, we got this, we got that, and they were like, and they just kept going around. And they went out and they beat Oklahoma 31-6 that night in the Orange Bowl. It's evidently one of the greatest locker room speeches of all time that he gave. But And he went to the Jets, terrible, in the NFL.
One year with the Jets.
Went back to college, went to Arkansas, then he was at Minnesota, and Notre Dame called, and then he said, you don't turn down Notre Dame.
Yeah. Won the national championship in 1988 with Notre Dame, and then finished his career 99 to 2004 at South Carolina for a record of 249, 132, and 7, including a 12-8-2 record in bowl games with that national championship. Here's the question I have for you, because I think as you move forward in time, when people don't recognize how much college football has changed, and I don't mean this disrespectful to today, but winning a national championship in 1988 to me was a lot harder than it is in winning one in 2025, 2026. Because you truly had to build the program, and it wasn't year to year. You had to build a program. He was there 2 years before they finally won a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, because you only got to win. There's not the gauntlet of 4 playoff games or
Correct.
3 playoffs you got to go through. I mean, it's tough.
You have to put yourself in a position, then where a committee basically, or people that vote were like, all right, you're the best team.
Yeah, but in '88 they were the best team. They barely beat Miami that year. But yeah, you can't look if say Vanderbilt needs a wide receiver. What are they going to do? They're going to get a wide receiver, right? 1987, 88, you had to go recruit a wide receiver and pray that he was good. I mean, you look at a quarterback. Do you know the quarterback of Notre Dame was in 1988? Probably not. You're too young.
No.
But Tony Rice.
Okay.
How did Tony Rice do in the pros?
I
Never
probably
played.
not great,
right?
because I've never heard of him.
So it was more about going to college and playing for that team and helping that team win. Of like, I want to go to the pros, and then he got Jerome Bettis to Notre Dame. There's a lot of great players came through and played in the NFL because of him. But he just got guys that bought in to the team and to the program, and they did, and that's what happened.
Yeah. So Rudy going to join us coming up next. Rudy Kalis, not the Rudy.
Not Rudy Rudiger.
Rudy Kalis will join us to talk Lou Holtz. We'll do that next. Chasing Big Joe on this Thursday, live at the Omni, presented by the Omni on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Kitchen Notes, and always a pleasure to have our next guest on. He is the legendary Rudy Kalis, longtime sports anchor at Channel 4. Rudy, how the heck are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing fantastic, and we always love having you on. Joe said that you had a great Lou Holtz story that you wanted to share with us and the audience, so the floor is yours.
Well, it's just I texted Joe this morning. I said, you didn't need me, because he said he remembered the story, but it was back in 1991 when Tennessee played against Notre Dame in South Bend. Because the game was on NBC, we drove our satellite truck there to South Bend, and we were there from Monday on. And I think Lou Holtz got tired of us. On Tuesday, he comes in, he roars up in a golf cart to practice. And, all right, it's a great day to practice. And things are not going real well. So for whatever reason, I'm thinking, oh, boy, we got an interview set up with him afterwards. He's not going to really enjoy this. So after practice in his office, we got it all set up. He storms in, slams the door. I said, Coach, if you want to hold this off, that would be fine with me. Be okay. He said, did you make this appointment? I said, yes, sir. Then right now you're the most important thing. Well, he did a really nice interview. Got to Wednesday, and it was snowing. It got to be snowing. It was great being around Notre Dame. I walked around campus. I felt like a student, an old student, but a student. So and practice again. But now because of the weather, they've gone inside. I thought it was the first 100-yard inside football practice facility that I'd been in. And he's running some little plays around. Rick Myers, the quarterback. And at one point, he does a little fake handoff and trots around to the right side. Lou Holtz turns to me, and he points at me, and he screams out, did you shoot that play? And I said, yeah, Coach, yeah, we did. Did you shoot that play? And I said, well, yeah, we did. He takes off his cap, son of a, boom, and throws it down. 100 guys, you're just here to spy on us. 100 guys stop practicing. They start milling around, getting closer. I said, Coach, he said, give me that tape. I said, Coach, we're not going to. I'm not going to give it to you. We don't have to use that. It's nothing. It was just a little handoff play. I'm telling you, here, Spinus guys are milling around. I see these 100 football players. He storms around, walks in circles around me. Then he leans over to me and almost whispers in my ear, "Go ahead, use whatever you want." I'm telling you guys, they're just using us to fire it up and all that sort of stuff. And I said, I feel like I went to the principal's office and he chewed me out. He used us to fire them up. He was great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Rudy, I mean, could you imagine today getting access to a coach on a Tuesday or Wednesday to talk about a huge game like that? I mean, it shows you how different the times are from right now to back then.
You know, I really hadn't thought about it, but you're exactly right. Because, I mean, that Tuesday, he storms up and we're able to shoot anything we want. And he was all ticked off. And then again, that interview, I had respected that. He said, and then the thing on Wednesday, again, we were there from the beginning on. Never said anything we couldn't shoot. We were the only TV station. Even the local guys hadn't come out yet because we were there covering NBC. So in hindsight, you're exactly right. Those are different times, and Lou knew how to play it.
Rudy Kalis is with us, longtime Channel 4 sports anchor. Was that your only interaction with him?
Yeah, he came and spoke here at the Vanderbilt Club at time too. I just said hello and then reintroduced myself. But as far as like interviews, yeah, that was the only time that we were with him. But it just being there, sitting in the stands, and there's little narrow seats they've got in that stadium, and I look up at touchdown Jesus through the at the end of the stadium. It was a really neat experience. And again, then because we had part of the day for me to walk into some of the buildings and into the chapel and to be part of the aura of Notre Dame was quite a thing. And then in the game, the press box up there was kind of a hanging old rickety thing that I thought would fall down at some point. Here the balls go down 31-7 in the first half, and then blocked a field goal just before. And I think it was Craig Hendrick was the field goal kicker. I think he tore his ACL on that block kick.
Yeah, he did.
Wrong, but
you're right. Okay. He did.
So he did, and Floyd Miley brings it back 85 yards, and then they scored 21 points. The last with a little touchdown flare from Andy Kelly to Aaron Hayden, and they score, and they go ahead, and then they tipped. I think it was Jeremy Lincoln or some tipped a little 27-yard field goal at the end. It's as if touchdown Jesus was not coming for you today.
Rudy, it's funny. I met Coach. I met him twice. First time I met him, I didn't, you hear about how great he was and demonstrative he was and all that stuff. I was shocked at how small he was.
Yeah, he's a little thin guy. By the way, you just reminded me, I did meet this is stupid. The very first time I met him, I was doing Vanderbilt play-by-play in 1978 for basketball. We had flown down to, I'm not sure where it was, what SEC school, and I had to go in the bathroom, and I'm in the urinal next to Lou Holtz. I said, "Hey, Coach, how you doing?" So we had a small conversation.
He probably never remembered that one there with that being said. No. But that's, go ahead.
I was just going to say, with that little lisp of his, but he had a wicked sense of humor, and some folks didn't like him, but I just thought he was fascinating. He was a great storyteller.
Oh, he was, and Rudy, when you get the access to somebody like that and a big moment in that game and the story that you just told us, it just shows you just how human that Lou Holtz was as a coach. I mean, how down to earth he was and what he was trying to do, and that's just a fantastic story.
He's a real motivator, and I think the reason behind what he did with us in that practice was the year before, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were in the Orange Bowl against Colorado, and a TV guy from Colorado with a shotgun mic had gotten him saying something to his team about, "We're going to kick their you-know-what," and all that, and they played it back in Colorado on the TV station, and it really ticked them off. So I guess in his mind he's thinking maybe we're going to do that again, or he was just using us. But he was a whip of a guy. I always remember him. I think part of the interview he said, God loves a fool, and he's taken a particular interest in me.
We're talking with Rudy Kalis, longtime sports anchor at WSMV Channel 4. Rudy, what was it like doing sports in Nashville when the focus was always the Vols or Vanderbilt, and there were no Titans, were no Preds? Did it give you a little bit of an opportunity to be more creative on some of your storytelling?
Absolutely. at that time we had more time. We had, let's say, 6 o'clock an hour newscast. We had 2 sports segments. First one was about 20 minutes after the hour, and we did local things, what was going on. And then about 6:45, we did a feature, 3-minute feature every day. What I loved most was we were able to, we'd go to Crookville, I'd find stories. That's when I would go skydiving or do something, and some of these stories, and we had more time. But, when the Titans came, and which you see now, boy, the big dog, you got to feed it. You got to do Titans, Predators, or Tennessee Vols, then Predators, probably in that order. And now Vanderbilt's doing well. But I really enjoyed it because we could. I did a rodeo story at UT Martin with my old buddy photographer John Wilson, and that kind of stuff you just don't have time to do today.
Not only that, but, back in those days, the relationships you had with country music stars, I know you and Vince Gill are very tight. That doesn't happen anymore because everybody's busy, everybody's got an agenda. But back then, you were Marty Robbins, Vince Gill, all these guys were friends.
Marty Robbins would race at the Fairground Speedway, and even if he was leading, there's a story, he pulled it in and ran away because he had to be at the Opry House to sing. So, and we would always be, which you still get. I'd get blown away. You go somewhere, and one of these people would, Vince I got to know on a golf course out here in Nashville, but that they would, oh, wait a minute, you live in this town. Hey, I know you. And I felt, wow, I didn't realize y'all were watching.
Rudy, speaking of the fairgrounds, I know that's a place that's near and dear to you. The Cars Tour is coming there on April 11th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to race in it. You talk about people that love the fairgrounds and want to save that place. That can help having Dale Jr. run that place.
Yeah, that reminded me, and I think it was 96. We were driving down to the fairgrounds. We were going to do a story and see this huge bellowing flames and smoke, and raced inside there. And it was his car that had caught on fire. This was during practice, and it was completely, destroyed. It was just up in flames. And I did an interview with him with the flames going on behind him. At the time, he was a young guy wanting to race. But the fact that he's putting his support behind it, I'm completely behind the Fairground Speedway. I want them to be able to do it, and I think it's a great thing that they're bringing them in. I always thought the beauty of let Bristol Motor Speedway work that place and make it right and make it beautiful as they said they would, and then do the NASCAR All-Star race here, like with a fanfare experience every year, and you blow this thing out of the water.
Wow. So to that story, I think this is right. When his car got destroyed, he ended up running the race in a Bobby Hamilton car that had 43 on the side, and they covered the 4 up to just put 3 on the door. But he had to call his dad to make sure it was okay because it was a Ford. And so they took
right.
Yep. So Dale Sr. had to bet because they had this deal with Chevrolet and GM and all that stuff. And so Dale Sr. basically said, take all the Ford decals off of it and don't mention it. And that's basically what they did. He went and ran the race, and the rest is history. But that was he's told that story before, and that was the thing that stood out to me was that he had to call and ask his dad to make sure it was okay because it was a Ford.
That is such a good memory on your part. I forgot because now that you're saying it, he said that part of the interview because Bobby Hamilton had come in and said, Bobby was such a wonderful guy that I can let you use a car, and you've got the rest of it right. Isn't that something? Those are the days. Oh, man.
Yes, indeed. Rudy, it is a pleasure to talk to you. Glad everything is going well, and we'll do it again soon.
Oh, thanks. You guys do great. Love listening to you.
Well, thank you very much. Rudy Kalis, the legendary sports anchor at WSMV Channel 4 for many, many years, joining us here on the show, and always love talking to him. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it is. The memories. Rudy is such a dear friend. And I remember when I went to Channel 4, Rudy had moved to the morning show, and my main thing was, don't say I'm replacing Rudy.
Yeah.
I was adamant. Yeah. You don't replace Rudy, Pat Summitt, Nick Saban. You don't follow those people, right? You just don't. I'm like, I am not following you. I am just going to work there. And so that was top of mind for me because there's no way I wanted any comparison to how great Rudy is.
615-737-1025. It is Chase and Big Joe. We're live today at the Omni Nashville Hotel. More coming next on 102.5 The Game. It's a Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. Dr. Crane, Joe's just wandering around, and then he's like, wait, we're back?
That's not new, right?
Sorry, I'm back. Here I am, buddy.
He had to speak to the people
Good
out
to
in the
go.
lobby. So it was
Well,
a good
we're
time.
sitting here in the aquarium on the corner of 4th and Korean Vets. Kitchen Notes at the Omni. So my ADHD when I'm here is off.
I'm telling you, I want to set up speakers outside and just mess with people.
Oh, it'd be the best.
Like as they walk by, just be like, hey, you.
It'd be
Yeah,
the
you. I'm
absolute
talking to you.
best. And we see all types try to come by the window here. It's
yeah.
better in the summertime. Like
Yeah.
fanfare, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. It's
which is right
fantastic.
around the corner, man.
It is. That is true.
Speaking of right around the corner, Monday, the Chase and Big Joe Show on the road again with Dr. Crane will be at Salvo's in Mount Juliet. It's National Meatball Day. Salvo's has 8 locations all through Middle Tennessee. Come by Monday and see us noon to 3 at the Mount Juliet location right across from Green Hill High School. Can't wait to be there on Monday and have a good time.
Can we just, to promote this, can we use that picture of us in Key West where Dr. Crane's got the captain hat on?
Absolutely.
It just rolls up.
Looks like the beginning of a certain film only for adults. My goodness.
It's the
Good time.
Family
best.
show, Joseph.
It is.
It is family
It's-
show.
It is the best. Kenny the mailman wants to weigh in on our question of the day. Kenny, who do you look like?
Well, it's not me, it's my wife. But let me say before that, thank you for having Rudy Kalis on. That
Absolutely.
What makes shows great. If I remember correctly, he came to America as a child, couldn't speak English, and there's some connection with Marquette. Was he a walk-on when Al McGuire was there, or that's where he went? with Al
He's
McGuire?
from Wisconsin, but I don't know that. It could be very well. Yeah.
It is. It is. I've heard him speak numerous occasions, and it's just like the people he's run across and brushed against is like, man, that is amazing. All right, lookalike story. My wife, the lovely and gracious Babette, in junior high was the spitting image of Marcia Brady. They nicknamed
Really?
her Marcia. And if you come in our home, her 8th grade photo is up, and people say, well, what's your connection with Maureen McCormick? And we just laugh. We say, look a little closer, and they'll look, and they'll go, yeah, Marcia. And then we go, no, that's Babette in junior high school. So she got a lot of extra credit and extra grades because people actually thought she was Marcia Brady.
Hey, that's good, though.
Hey,
That's a good
No,
compliment.
hey, especially for me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love this guy around. I'm hanging around with Marcia Brady.
Kenny, how was the 100th birthday party last weekend?
It was excellent. My uncle lives in a veterans facility, so he had 100 friends and family, but all the veterans wanted to come down. They were loud. They were rowdy. The Army was saying, the Navy will eat up everything. And the Navy guys would say, we always have to take y'all everywhere. And it was great. People ought to visit the veterans facility. It's the one in Murfreesboro. Those guys are just dying for somebody to say hi to.
Very cool. Thanks for the call, Kenny, as always.
Okay.
Yeah, you too. We appreciate it. Some other answers. 2104 says Jimmy Johnson multiple times. Even took a picture with a guy who couldn't believe how close of a resemblance I was. The way he's spelling it, I think he means Jimmy Johnson, the race car driver.
He could be Jimmy Johnson, the legendary coach.
Well, he's saying Jimmie,
I
which
would
is the
hope
race
so.
car.
That's
driver.
right.
So, David said, when I was a teenager, as a redhead and freckled covered person, I got a lot of, you look like Richie Cunningham.
That's a good one. Richard Merritt texts in and says he gets Jarrell Casey all the time.
Okay. Lenny says, I get told a lot that I look like Johnny Carson.
Oh, I would
That's pretty
love to see a picture of you, Lenny,
Yeah.
and be like, I did not know that.
615-737-1025. Jack in Rivergate wants to answer the question. Jack, what's up?
How you fellas doing?
We're good.
I never really got a thing where I look like this guy or that guy or whatever. But for some reason, some years ago, seemed like all the time somebody would say, I know you. Seemed like I know you from somewhere. And it got to be, it just kept happening. I mean, it was like really weird. So finally, it dawned on me. So the next one, you look just like Do I know you from somewhere? I said, were you ever in Riverbend? I remember somebody in Riverbend looked just like you. And boy, it cut that water off real fast.
That's something. Thanks for the
Jack,
call,
come
Jack.
on. Holy cow. Thanks, Bubba.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
It is.
For sure.
I mean, sometimes you could use this to your advantage, right? If you really look like somebody famous to get like a place at a restaurant. Like when I go to a restaurant to put a name in, they announce over the speaker, I'm always Dan Marino.
Yeah. Dan Marino.
And people are looking around like Dan
No,
Marino.
that's not true. You've used some names you can't say.
But I use that 95% of the time. I just like to see the look like Dan Marino. What? Dan Marino? I look nothing like Dan Marino. Obviously.
No, you don't even resemble.
No.
Big man.
Big man. I dropped a big man the other day to somebody, and they turned around and gave me the stare. It was a little guy, but he was a big man. I remember when I did. That's an inside joke. We're not getting into it. But when I did that in Vegas with y'all, and I explained it to you,
Big man.
and just they turn around, and you're just. Me and the coach got into so many fights over that, which is pretty stupid, but also 25 years old.
But it's good stuff. That is for sure. We'll have more coming up next in hour number 2. Greg Wyshynski going to join at 2:00 today. As the trade deadline is tomorrow for the NHL, but we'll have more coming. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.